Blessings, beloveds. Let's take a deep breath. Let's take a moment to center ourselves and just be here, centered in the present moment. First of all, thank you everyone for your incredible support, first for yourself, and reflecting that with other people around you, sharing your truth, sharing your story, sharing your love, as we do the best that we can. And always being humbled that we don't know what we don't know, that we internally deeply know. And that is the purpose of this live. As I'm coming out of silence, I feel this tremendous abundance and I can't even explain with words. It just humbles me every time as I sit and I have this immense, tremendous space to just be. And this is the message for today. This is an activation warning, but it's also an invitation to an inner revolution of a reawakening that's happening, and there's no denying it. Everybody is waking up in some way, shape, or form, and some of it's not what we consider beautiful, and others are considered, glorious, depending on the work that you've done. And if you're waking up in this, if you're reawakening in this moment, I applaud you, and just want to let you know you're not alone, and you're here, you're loved, and there's people that care about you that are here to support you on your path, on your journey. Remember that. Do not believe you're alone. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I want to tell you you're not alone. Because there's so many resources and people here to support you. So the message today is, everyone wants the chaos to stop. Everyone wants the soldiers to put their guns down. Everybody wants people to, concur or to align with their beliefs. Yet, what I've realized in my years of practicing, getting closer to myself and realizing that, the number one priority is transform myself. Because wanting to transform everybody else, I've done that for many years and it drove me crazy. And it doesn't matter how justified it is, it's the one person that we can take care of is ourselves. So, you might be asking, Michael, okay, I know what's going on, I see what's going on, but yet what we don't talk about is the cause of that world that we're projecting, individually and collectively. So we don't ask ourselves, are we willing to put down our thoughts? Are we willing to put down our beliefs, our so-called truths, cultural, economical, social, religious, political, medical? Are we willing to put aside the thoughts, the emotion, the perspectives that we believe are true? Because it's no different than wanting the soldiers to put down their guns, but yet we justify with our thoughts. We justify and we pick one side or another. And our inner chaos is projecting external chaos. And this is the awakening that's happening right now. I've been doing this for many years and people thought I was crazy. I even thought I was crazy. And for many people that are, feeling like, oh, well, I don't want to let go of my truth because, my truth is my truth. If your truth is your truth, it will hold its truth in any environment, in any condition, in any circumstance. The question is, are you willing to let go and see if that truth is really true? Because so many people hold on to their truth, or what they think is their truth, but it's really a story from when they were little, or it's really a programming that they were brought into, they were programmed to believe. And honoring all faiths, all religions, and all truths, I'm not asking you to put away your faith, your truth. I'm asking you to put away your truth of you waiting for something to happen instead of you living your truth. So, in all authenticity, I'm here to sell you on you. I'm here to sell you on silence. Intentional causal silence. Transformational, alchemical, metamorphosizing silence. That if you're tired of the life that you're living, if you're tired of, because think about this. If you're subjective to your thoughts, and you don't know how to shift your thoughts, you don't know how to change your thoughts, you don't even know that's possible, then you're going to believe everything out here. It doesn't mean you're going to believe it to say, oh, it's true. You're going to believe it because you're going to say, it's not true, so now I have to fight. Now I have to get defensive. Now I have to get, and that was me. See, I used to say that I could fight you out here because I knew I was weak in here. I didn't know how to back myself up. I didn't know how to speak for myself. So what did I know how to do? Is how to fight and really how to take punches, because I loved being punched. So anyways, as crazy as that sounds, because nothing affected me. I felt like a robot. So I'm speaking to those that are feeling like they can't sleep at night. I'm speaking to you that you can't think for yourself. Thoughts are thought for you. The TV is thinking for you. The whatever realm of consciousness, meaning societal, political, medical, religious, family. If people are thinking for you, then that means, and this is the activation warning, that you are imprisoned of your own head. And let me tell you that there is freedom. It's more than possible. And I even see a lot of successful people imprisoned by their own thoughts, falling for the noise, falling for the hype. Now, if you're tired of falling for the hype, I want to invite you, and this is the reason why I'm doing this video. I want to invite you to join me on the greatest causal inner revolution that exists on the planet. And it's really to open up the gift to you that you are. And it doesn't matter what you have, what you don't have. It doesn't matter who you are, who you aren't. It doesn't matter who you're. None of that matters. What matters is the real deeper truth of who you are. Because none of this out here is going to be sufficed. None of it's going to be enough. None of it. You're going to find something to replace it with. So if you want to be a part of the soldiers putting their guns down, and not just the Russian soldiers, but all soldiers all across the world. And it might seem like a fairy tale. That might seem like, you're dreaming, Michael. Let me tell you, the dreamers that are crazy enough to think that they could change the world are the ones that have. So I want to ask you, are you crazy enough to join me in this dream? Because I've been uniting every day in silence. And I'm going to tell you why, and the reason why I'm doing this video, is because when you're in silence, you get to know yourself. See, I can do videos and I can tell you all about you, and it won't come close to getting silent with you. And if you're having challenges with silence, this is why we're here. I wish I had someone to help me with silence, but on the contrary, I had someone tell me how to meditate, and then when I gained silence, they told me that wasn't it. And let me tell you, silence is the key. Because that's the inner purity. That's the inner clarity. That's the inner truth that trumps all truths out here. And it doesn't threaten your truth because your truth comes from silence. So, we're coming up on Earth Day. And in 2020, 2 years ago, close to 2 years ago, we realized what silence can do. And we have evidence on a physical level of how powerful silence is. And I honestly believe, feel, and know that if it wasn't for that silence that we united with 2 years ago, we would have destroyed our planet. Because a lot of us gathered in silence. And there was no other activity that lit up the energy of the planet like that day. And it's been recorded. I mean, we've been recording things for decades now. It's an electromagnetic sensor. They're all over the planet. They measure the electromagnetic field of the planet, meaning the emotions, the feelings of the planet. It feels just like us. So it's feeling what's happening right now. And we're being humbled to get out of our own way, because we continuously get in our own way. And this is not a silence to escape, fight, or cover up life with. This is a silence to really get to know who we are and bring those gifts out into the world. You know, and I especially work with coaches that, you know, have accomplished so much and have, you know, they have the people around them, the community that loves them, but they feel empty. I work with several coaches that we've helped through this process. Leaders, I'm looking for leaders. Because with one leader, we can impact hundreds. I'm looking for you. So if you're ready to really take it to the next level, and that's even words, if you're ready to really let go to the next level, and really trust and open up to the presence and the gift of life that is here for you, always with you, from within you. But yet we want to change the outside. We want to say, when this happens, I'll be happy. When this happens, I'll feel good enough. So we want the guns to be put down, then we shouldn't choose sides, no matter how justified. Because on a causal level, we're perpetuating the dualistic nature of seeking more lessons until we wake up from the experience. So, I'm uniting every day in silence. Are you willing to join me? And even if you're not willing to join me every day, are you willing to join me every now and then? Please share this video. And I'm going to share a short video so we can share the importance of silence, because silence, beautiful soul family, woke me up 20 years ago. And I'll share my story in more detail, but when you're in a solitary cell, you have nowhere to run. There's nothing you can do. You can't call someone. You don't have a phone. You don't have anything at your access. All you have is you. I almost went crazy. Talking to myself. Beating myself up for getting caught. For being in this cell that I had no escape. I had no solution. I hit the walls for days, what appeared as days. Because there they never turned off the light. You don't know what time it is. Anyways, I hit the walls for what appeared like days. I felt it forever. I hit my head. I threw myself. I didn't cry because I was too macho. I just beat the wall, beat the wall, beat the wall. And remember, I told you I didn't feel pain, so I was just tearing myself apart until I surrendered, and I didn't even know what surrender was. And when I surrendered and I let go and I relaxed, I realized that that solitary cell was my key to my freedom. Because I realized that even though I was physically incarcerated, that my energy, my sense of self, or whatever we want to call that, was free because I experienced the universe, the multiverse. I experienced that life is bigger than this persona that I believe I am. And I'm willing, and I'm asking, are you willing to unite in silence, to lay down your truth? Because if it's true, it's going to hold no matter what. So if you're willing to sacrifice your truth, your belief, your justification of picking one side or another, if you're willing to sacrifice that and putting on the altar of the fire of consciousness and letting it burn, guess what? The purification of that truth, you will find a deeper truth inside of you, that it will not threaten your truth. Because you are truth. You are the truth. So when you surrender into that space, which it's a space beyond space and time. That's why there's times there's times I meditate and it feels like I'm there forever. There's times I meditate and it feels like it's so quick and it's done. But it's never the same experience. It is so beautiful. And I for those of you that know me, you know that I am just radically convicted or in a radical conviction of silence, because if it wasn't for silence, I'd be a very destructive criminal, drug addict. I'd probably lose my mind. I'd probably be fighting and, still, 42 and gangbanging, addicted to drugs, or maybe not, maybe somewhere else. Who knows? But I'm saying, because silence, it freed me. It didn't just save my life, because you could save a life, but to free a life, to free yourself, it's the greatest gift that you can give yourself. So, join me every day at 10 a.m. And like I said, if there's days that I cannot do the 10 a.m., just hold the silence for 5-10 minutes, even a minute or two. And just join us in silence. And let's prepare the soil so when Earth Day does come, when the global silence revolutionaries do come, because they do come at certain times of the year. But I'm here to help us, help ourselves, to help the world unite in silence every day. Because all it takes is a little bit. And it's just that consistency. And you will see that more soldiers will realize the love that exists in them. The politicians will realize the mental traps that they fell for. The victimization that they're trying to overpower people because the victim doesn't feel free inside of them. Which really, that's a lie. Because none of us are victims. We are all causal creators, co-creating together, manifesting this beautiful life experience. So, if you're ready to join, not join, you are part. If you're ready to reawaken in the greatest inner revolutionary conscious experience, playground, adventure, because there's nothing against you. That's what the head wants to tell us. There's nothing against you. But when we get hypnotized to believe that something bad out there, it's really refusing to face what is painful, what feels racist and discriminatory and separate from ourselves. Because that's an illusion, because you can never separate yourself from yourself. So, that being said, I invite you to unite with me in silence. I do a daily silence, I do a weekly silence, which, you can't tell anymore because now I do it every day, and I do a monthly silence. So, we want the war to cease. But what about the perceived war inside of ourselves? It starts with your relationships. With your relationship with yourself. This is why I'm here. I'm here to sell you on that. Because, if someone wants to control you, they're going to take you away from silence. Because silence is where you find yourself. The greatest teachers of all existence have said, silence is the door of all understanding. So, when you find silence, no one can imprison you. No one ever did, but we believe they did. No one can cause you to be reactive, thinking you're a victim to external conditions and circumstances. So if you're tired of living life out here, and you're ready to live life in here, and if you already are, let's unite, let's collaborate. Because if we're here for the same message, let's do what the ancient master mirrors wanted done. Let's unite. Let's bring this message to the forefront, and let's share the riches and the splendor of freedom, of love, of life. Because I'm here for all of you. Because I'm here for all of me. We're here for all of we. Thank you so much, everyone. Blessings. Enjoy your day. And we'll see you on the next live. Take the time to be silent and discover who you are. And remember who you are.